For some, golf is an escape from the household, an excuse for some healthy outdoor exercise, a challenge. For others, it's a religion, an addiction, and a way of life. But for everyone who truly loves the game, it's Scotland, the home of golf. Every true golfer dreams of playing the game in the land where golf began. I'm Fred Bickmore. Come and join me and In Quest of the Classics as we show you Scotland and its glorious golf courses. Scattered throughout this beautiful landscape are more than 400 golf courses, making Scotland possibly the finest golfing venue in the world. Getting to Scotland is now wonderfully convenient with American Airlines non-stop service in comfortable, quiet 767s from Chicago to Glasgow, with connections from more than 100 US cities. Immigration and customs are a breeze. Glasgow Airport handles just 5 daily flights from the USA. Then it's into a Euro-dollar rental car, or onto a luxurious In Quest of the Classics motor coach. A rather splendid way to travel. Our first stop is Grey Walls Hotel, the classic house designed by Sir Edwin Lutyens and surrounded by glorious gardens. Located by the Firth of Forth, east of Edinburgh, Grey Walls is an exclusive country house hotel and a great favourite of our clients. Elegant public rooms, classic cuisine, and some of the finest accommodations of any hotel in Scotland today. But we've come here for golf. Before we get into some of the courses, I had a chat with Kevin Whitson, head professional at Edinburgh's Turnhouse Golf Club, against the glorious backdrop of Muirfield. People ask me, why is it that golf developed around the coastal area of Scotland and not more inland? And why is it that so many of the championships, that all the championships, are played on seaside courses and not inland courses?
Well, Fred, I believe the very essence, the start of the game was around the coastal areas and certainly the east coast of Scotland, and back as far as I think the 14th and 15th century, when the traders, mostly from Holland, I believe, were landing on these shores, and in between ship sailings times they're looking for games to play. And I think the locals also with them, there's a certain amount of grey area there, but I believe that because they were on the coastal areas and there was these dunes and grass being put to no real use, they started the games going with, you know, balls and holes and clubs. I think that basically was the evolution of the game. And therefore, in Scotland, I think the very roots of the game are on the coast, and I think perhaps that's one of the reasons why the Open Championship has been kept on coastal courses, because that's the traditional game.
One of the things that we are very keen on is to try and persuade more people not to play the well-known championship courses, but to get them on to, as we both know, some of these absolutely wonderful little courses that dot around Scotland.
Running up through Edinburgh, there's obviously a number of courses which are fairly well known to people. Going into the Fife area, we have again a number of 9 and 18 hole courses: Anstruther, Crail, Ely, heading up towards St Andrews. These are only a stone's throw away, an hour's drive from Edinburgh. On the west coast, you don't come up so far on the west coast with the coastal courses. You have a fantastic stretch of golf to equal anything in the world in the Prestwick, Troon, Turnberry areas. Going further north, you come away from the championship strip type links golf course, and you have some great holiday golf courses such as Oban. Coming through into the central belt of Scotland, up into Perthshire, we come into the tree-lined Scots pine type golf courses, which are magnificent to play, and again a totally different flavour. You are sometimes protected with 20-foot high pines. You can tee off the first hole. You may never see another soul until the 9th, 10th, 18th hole, wherever. Fantastic golf courses. Heading right up through the northeast, I think, to the Aberdeen courses of Cruden Bay, Merker, Royal Aberdeen, fine golf courses, all the way up, of course, to the famous Royal Dornoch, who has been adopted by many a top American golfer. I think Tom Watson and Ben Crenshaw are in love with such a place.
Indeed they are. Golf was played at Royal Dornoch as early as 1616. The greens sit on small and sometimes not so small rises, and the contoured runoffs tend to deflect the less than perfect approach shot. This makes the art of recovery an extremely delicate affair. Nairn is another hidden gem of Scottish golf, Built by Andrew Simpson, this championship links course was improved by Tom Morris and James Braid. It has long been famed for its greens, which are fast and true. Pitlochry Golf Course is in the Highlands. Situated above the town, it offers splendid views of the surrounding hills and valleys. The course makes the most of the awkward hilly terrain, and no two holes are remotely alike. Crieff has two courses. One is a 9-hole, very hilly course. The other is the 18-hole Ferntower course. It's set on rolling parkland and offers holes that are very tricky, but a lot of fun to play. Kevin, one point that I think really does need to be made is the fact that very few, practically none of the courses in the whole country allow electric carts.
To some people, I think the game, has grown up without electric carts, and I think that's the way they want to keep the thing going. You'll find caddies at most courses available, and pull carts are readily available at every single course, without a doubt. I think if you're going to use a caddy, I think certainly pre-booking a caddy is a very good idea.
Lovely. I think probably now's the time to get out onto the golf course.
Yes.
Our own golf adventure starts near Grey Walls in the town of Gullen. There are 4 golf courses in Gullen, and the game has been played here for more than 200 years. This is the number 1 course, and on a calm, beautiful day like this, it's not easy to blame a duff shot on the weather. So here we are, standing on the 7th tee of number 1 course at Gullen on a beautiful afternoon with the whole majesty of the Firth of Forth behind us. On a day like this, it's hard to imagine what it's like playing with a force 8 gale blowing straight into your face. But Kevin, maybe you'd like to have some thoughts on that. You must have done it a few times.
Certainly have, Fred. Yes, this is a 400-yard hole into the prevailing wind, normally coming from the west. Today it's slightly downwind, so it's a little bit easier, but obviously a seaside hole. You can see thick rough on both sides of the fairway, a number of bunkers.
Great, well that's the theory then, Kevin. Show us how it's done in practice.
Certainly will. Too much club, Fred.
Could be. He nearly hit it to North Berwick, another one of the challenging courses that hug the coast along the Firth of Forth. One of the most famous courses in East Lothian, North Berwick sports some of golf's most renowned holes. Regardless of the weather, the bunkers are always tough, particularly here on the 15th at North Berwick, the famous Redan hole. And it's not always easy to concentrate on your putting either. North Berwick's 14th hole is protected rather aggressively by a stone wall. Once over the wall, however, you have to contend with a saucer-shaped green that will not easily give up pars. Driving via Edinburgh, we head along the north shore of the Firth to St Andrews, the temple of golf. We arrived during the 3rd round of the British Open Championship and watched the great names of the game try to conquer the old course against the backdrop of the famous R&A. Quest of the Classics works closely with the Scottish Tourist Board to ensure our guests get that extra bit of personal treatment. The STB's Tom Band greeted us at St Andrews.
Hello and welcome to St Andrews. You're all enjoying the open golf here at the Mecca of the world Mecca of golf, but of course you're in Scotland to play golf. and you can play golf on over 400 different courses in Scotland, all of them of the quality of St Andrews, all of them less expensive than St Andrews, and all of them easier to get onto. Scotland is a home of golf, it's a home of golf for everybody all over the world, and we welcome you here. You'll enjoy your holiday here, you'll enjoy your golf here, and you'll enjoy it all over Scotland. Thank you very much.
Heading west, we drive across Scotland to Troon and the Pearsland House Hotel. Pearsland is a delightful country house, originally built for Sir Alexander Walker, grandson of Johnny Walker, founder of the Scottish whisky firm. Set right across from Royal Troon Golf Club, Pearsland is now a small and elegant hotel, offering all the comforts required by discriminating travellers. Pearsland is perfectly located for those wishing to play Kilmarnock Barassi and Old Prestwick, as well as the famous Royal Troon, host to the 1989 British Open.
Oh yeah, where is it?
Oh, that's the second knock, I think.
No, he'll get a lucky kick, he's king of the kicks.
Nice.
It's alright that, Pete.
The seventh tee, a 389-yard par 4. Driving with your back to the Irish Sea, and a decision whether to play short of the cross bunkers or go for broke.
Oh, drip.
The eighth green, the postage stamp, and one of the most famous holes in golf. Only 126 yards long, this par 3 has been the graveyard of many a golfer's dreams of glory. Protected by deep bunkers, steep runoffs, and an unplayable hillock, accuracy is the only answer. And finally, a short distance south of Troon, the famous Turnberry Hotel and its 2 championship courses. Each guest at Turnberry is guaranteed a warm welcome.
Oh, nice to see you again. It's been a long time.
Staying here means the ultimate in comfort, with charming bedrooms, glorious views across the golf course to the Isle of Arran, and some rather luxurious bathrooms. Elegant lounges, gourmet dining, and every imaginable extra make Turnberry a true favourite. In front of the hotel, beautiful gardens lead the way down to the Ailsa course. The 8th green on the Ailsa, aptly named Goat Fell, is a 440-yard par 4. The famous 9th, Bruce's Castle with the lighthouse in the background, 475 yards par 4, with one of the trickiest drives on the course. At the short 220-yard 15th, with that famous red roof in the background. The 17th, and the longest hole on the course at 515 yards. No trouble making your par 5. That is, as long as you don't hit that rough. In 1986, the Ailsa course was the site of one of the most dramatic British Open championships. An incredible display of artistry by Greg Norman as he won his first major championship. Scotland really is heaven on earth to those who, like myself and Kevin, love the game of golf, its history and its traditions. Please join us and in quest of the classics in Scotland soon.